Mga amigs, welcome to Winnie Luna Nahial Idok channel on mathematics and other related topics. For this video, we have domain, range, and composite functions. Again, to our subscribers, thank you very much for the continued support, and we hope that you help us disseminate our materials and help us also gain more subscribers so that we can continue this advocacy of providing learning materials to our learners. There we go. Let's define domain and range. Domain refers to the set of all possible values which qualify as inputs to a function, or it can also be defined as the entire set of values possible for independent variables. Then range refers to the set of all the outputs of a function, or after substituting the domain, the entire set of all values possible as outcomes of the dependent variable. So we have to understand that when we say domain, we are referring to numbers that can be possibly used in place of x in a given function. What we are referring to is the idea that if you are going to replace that variable x in the function by a real number, it gives back a result that is still in the set of real numbers. Okay, so that's the idea of domain, that set of numbers that we're going to use in place of x in a function. And for the range, these are just the outputs after you have replaced that variable x by a real number. The result is what we call an element of the range. Or these are the outputs. Okay, so always remember the concept of domain and range. Okay, let's have the illustration. Find the domain and range of a function f of x equals 3x minus 5. Again, our goal here is to determine the domain and the range. So solution, we have f of x equals 3x minus 5. It's good to copy the given. So we have an idea where to start. Then we know that the domain of a function is the set of input values of f. So in here, in this function f, it's quite clear that you can replace x by any real number, and it gives you a result that is also a real number. So it is defined. And for that, we can say that the domain of this function f is the set of real numbers. So that's why we have this interval notation, an open interval, negative infinity, and positive infinity, because we are referring to the set of all real numbers. Again, this function f is defined for all real numbers. Now for the range, all we have to do is we let y equals 3x minus 5. It seems that we are replacing f of x by y. Then solve for x in terms of y. So we have 3x minus 5 because our goal is to solve for x in terms of y. So we have to place the terms at the left of the equation. So we can do the process. So we have this because of reflexive property. 3x minus 5 is equal to y. Then add this one by 5, both sides of this equation, so that only 3x remains at the left, and you have x plus 5 at the right. So this is the new equation after we have added this one by 5, both sides of this equation. Then divide both sides by 3 because our goal is just to get the value of x. So we have this one, x is equal to y plus 5 all over 3. And it's obvious that whatever be the value you will have here, no, you get a real number. So this gives us an idea that our range of this function f, or the codomain of this function f, is the set of real numbers. So we have this notation. Again, the open interval, we have negative infinity, positive infinity. Let's have another illustration. Here we have find the domain and range of a function z defined by g of x equals x squared minus 1. Now, we have here the given function, g of x equals x squared minus 1. Then we know that the domain here in this function g, you can replace x by any real number and it gives you a real number. So function g is defined for all real numbers. Therefore, our dom g is the set of real numbers. So we have this open interval, negative infinity, positive infinity. Now for the range, we do the same process. We let y equals x squared minus 1 for us to have a hint about the range of this function g. Then solve for x in terms of y. We have x squared minus 1 equals y. Then add this equation by 1, you get x squared equals y plus 1. Then take the square root in both sides of the equation. You have x equals the square root of y plus 1. So the radicand here, y plus 1, implies that our x values will be real numbers if our y plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Then solving for y in this inequality, we have y is greater than or equal to negative 1. So that gives us our idea that our range here is the set of real numbers greater than or equal to negative 1. So we have this interval notation for the range of this function z. Now let's have a composite function. Let's have the definition. Given two functions f and g, the composite function denoted by this f circle g is defined by f circle g of x is equal to f of g of x. So this is about composition of function. The domain of f circle g is the set of all real numbers x in the domain of z such that this g of x is in the domain of f. So we have to take note of this definition when we compose functions. Let's have an illustration. Here we have if f and g are defined by f of x equals the square root of x and g of x equals to x minus 3, determine the domain and range of the following. So we have f circle g of x and the other one g circle f of x. Solution. For the first one, f circle g of x, we have f of g of x. Now take note that this g of x is replaced by its definition, which is 2x minus 3. Then this becomes the input in function f. Okay, so you have the square root of 2x minus 3 because our function f is defined by the square root of x. So this x is replaced by the definition of function g, which is 2x minus 3. Now, for the domain here, for the domain, we have the domain of function g is the set of real numbers, and the domain of function f is the set of numbers or uh, greater than or equal to 0. This one, the square root of x. Hence, the domain of the composition of f circle g is the set of real numbers. Since this is the result of the composition, the square root of 2x minus 3, so our 2x minus 3 must be greater than or equal to 0. And that's our domain. Then for the other one, g circle f of x, we have g of f of x. So f of the square root of x, because this square root of x is the definition of function f. And then have this one as input to function g, input to function g. So you have 2 times the square root of x minus 3. So our domain here for function f, the domain is the set of real numbers greater than or equal to 0, and the domain of g is the set of real numbers. Hence, the domain of g circle f is the set of real numbers for which this the square root of x, the x values are greater than or equal to 0. I hope you learned something from our discussion. Thank you very much for watching and for being with us all the time. Bye-bye.